Hello and welcome, Independent Wellness Guides. It's Melissa, founder and CEO. We're going to go ahead and get started here in just a minute. Thanks so much if you were on our YBP call as well. It was great seeing all the attendants, and I really loved being able to see a lot of names that I didn't recognize calling in and logging in, so that's wonderful. I love that we have this tool for our Independent Wellness Guides to utilize for their business, and I hope you guys love it too. I'm going to go ahead and get started, actually, if you guys don't mind. I know that some of you that follow me, either on Instagram or on Facebook are aware that my grandmother passed away this week. So I'm actually traveling in with a bunch of family. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet tonight because there's actually a lot of my family members all upstairs. I'm at a big gathering after the calling hours this evening, getting ready for tomorrow. So I will keep it shorter, but I definitely didn't want to miss the call, and I'm so excited about getting to share and talk with all of you. Now, you are on Q&A mode, so *6 will allow you to unmute your line. And I know we do have Lindsay who's going to share a testimonial with us this evening. So, Lindsay, all you're going to have to do is hit *6, and that should be able to work. So we'll make sure we can get going here. I do want to welcome everyone, all of our Independent Wellness Guides, both new and old. We have a lot of new IWGs that have joined us over the last week or so. So I hope to have you guys on the call. Welcome. We're so happy to have you here, part of our family, a part of, our Independent Wellness Guide, training system and calls. And I just absolutely love being able to see all the new growth that is happening. And that's really a result of you guys and how much you're rocking your business and stepping out there and being a great voice for the mission and the passion and the business and offering the opportunity to people without judgment, which we're going to talk about a little bit this evening. So congratulations, everyone who's rocking their business, and welcome to all of our new Independent Wellness Guides. Lindsay, I'm going to kind of put you on the spot to start out with, if you don't mind, because then I'm going to go into some news and do a little bit of training. But I want to make sure that she can speak. So, Lindsay, if you don't mind just *6ing and giving a quick that you're here, and then I'll intro you.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Wonderful.
Oh,
okay.
Perfect.
Lindsay is here with us. Perfect. Okay. So, everyone, if you have not had the opportunity to meet or know Lindsay, she may perhaps not be in your direct team, so you're not sure exactly who she is. But Lindsay is an amazing Independent Wellness Guide who has been really devoting a lot of time to growing her business. She has a very strong passion for not only Radiantly You, but also just this way of life and being an advocate and being able to help empower other people to ditch the toxins and live healthier and live cleaner lives. And she's been really working hard in the past week, I know, with Nick, my husband, being able to get ready for her second RYVP. So I wanted her to share tonight what's going on in her business right now. She's got a lot of exciting things, give you a little bit about her story. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Lindsay.
Thank you so much, Melissa. That was really sweet. I appreciate that intro. Hi, everyone. It's really such an honor to be here. I'm really excited that to have this opportunity to share with you kind of how I came to be a part of Radiantly You, and as well as my recent experiences, as Melissa mentioned. Well, first I'll tell you a little bit about myself. As Melissa said, I'm Lindsay Vanesky. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with my husband, Mike. We have a 16-month-old daughter, Diva. I'm actually a psychologist by trade and currently do some part-time independent work so that I can spend more time at home, actually, with our daughter. My journey with Radiantly You started a little over a year ago when I was looking for some natural alternatives to things in our home, especially cleaning products is really where I started. Diva was only a few months old at this time, and I was already starting to worry about all of the products in our home that were unsafe for her to be around and would eventually, would need to be locked up. And something about that struck me, something about having to lock up things in our home made me think that maybe these things shouldn't be in our home at all. So I started searching for what other alternatives are out there, and a friend of mine introduced me to Radiantly You because she had loved their products so much. So I started, using a couple products, especially I started with the face wash, I started with the counter spray. I was a little skeptical at first. I wasn't really sure that they would work as well, but I was so pleasantly surprised how well they worked. and that we could actually gradually get rid of so many things in our home and replace them for Radiantly You, or with Radiantly You products. My husband would joke that our house looked like an advertisement for Radiantly You, and this was even before I joined as an IWG. Now, a couple months after that, I was talking with a friend, and she had mentioned this opportunity call. Wasn't really sure what it was, but I said, sure, I'll listen to it as a favor to her. And I'm pretty sure I listened to Melissa for, I don't know, maybe a whole 5 minutes, share about her story and her mission and how Radiantly started, and I just knew that I had to be a part of it. Hearing her passion and hearing how Radiantly You is going to change the world, I had to be a part of it. So I joined, I'm pretty sure immediately after that call, got my certificate and was so excited to get started. But at the time, I was still working full time. I was juggling a lot of different things, and I didn't do as much as I should have at first. There was just a lot of other things going on. So I kind of didn't do much. I kind of sat by the wayside. I listened to training calls here and there, but didn't do too much more than that. But then a few months went by. I was seeing all of these positive changes in our life and our home just by using these products, and I knew that I was like, I had to do something. I had to get more serious about this. I had to share this with other people because I knew other people were in the same position I was, where wanting something different but not knowing where to turn. So at this point, I got in touch with the wonderful Maggie McCracken, founding IWG, an executive who you actually heard her on the call, our last training call, and she is just such an amazing person. She immediately took me under her wing, has been coaching me for the past several months, and it's just been really there for me and very encouraging. She was so funny because one of the first things that we talked about was hosting an RYBP, and I was like, I don't know. I was kind of nervous about it, and I was like, I don't know if I'm really comfortable with that, and her response is, well, then you should probably do it anyways. So with that encouragement and support, I scheduled my RYBP. I started contacting people. I contacted about 40 people the first time around. I ended up with about 7 people who said they would come, and then only 3 ended up showing up to the event. I was a little disappointed by that, but the event still went so well. Nick gave the presentation. It was fantastic. All my guests really enjoyed it. But then I was still discouraged by the low turnout because I really thought that what I had done was good enough, and that people would just come because I had told them about it. But then the more I thought about it, the more I realized that there was just something that I could have done better or different. Like I just felt like I was missing something. I just wasn't sure exactly what it was. I think part of me thought because inviting people wasn't technically hard in the sense that I couldn't do it, but it's still hard work. And I'm not afraid of hard work. I certainly wouldn't have been in graduate school for as long as I was if I were. But I think I underestimated the time and work that I really needed to invest to truly grow my business. So at that point, I decided to make a change. I put aside my discouragement, my disappointment after the first RYBP, and I was committed to doing what I could to do it better next time. So at this point, I contacted Nick. We had talked, reviewed a little bit about what had the things that went well and then the things that could have done better for the first one. And he specifically coached me on adjusting my invitation to fit what he initially trained us in doing. So with my new invitation ready, a lot of support and encouragement from both Nick and Maggie, I began inviting people to another RYBP, which I'll actually be hosting tomorrow night. So I'm really super, super excited about it. This time around, I contacted around 60 people, so more than the first time, but still not a ton more. And then already I have 20 people who are planning on coming. But as exciting as that is, what I was truly amazed about were the amount of people who couldn't come but really wish they could. So out of the 30 or so people who actually said no, and there are a few remaining people I never could get a hold of, 21 of those people are out of town this week and stated that they were bummed that they could not make it and actually wanted to come to the next one. So now I already have a list of 20 people that I can start with when inviting for my next one. And that I'm excited for tomorrow, and I'm already excited about the next one, which is so amazing. And if you would have told me last month after my first one that I would have had such a drastic improvement in the results just from small adjustments in my invitation and perspective, I would not have believed you at all. But here I am tonight with the opportunity of sharing with you that this hard work truly pays off, and especially when you are open to honing your skills through all of the training and coaching opportunities that we have here. So I hope that my story was helpful to anyone who may be struggling with getting the results they want, or maybe even if you're just a little nervous about hosting an RYVP. I encourage you to take that first, potentially scary step out of your comfort zone, and I promise you will not regret it. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I really loved and enjoyed having this opportunity to share with you.
Lindsay, that's so amazing, and it ties so much into what I want to talk about next, which is persistence and really putting aside, that disappointment, shifting and growing and keeping going. Now, some of the people are typing in the chat box. Are you willing to share your invitation, like a script of what you've been saying to people? They think it would be really helpful. Do you mind doing that?
Oh, sure. Now you put me on the spot there, Melissa.
I'm sorry, I know. Well, it's Elise, so you can thank Elise in New Jersey. I'll role play with you, though, if you want to do it, so you can pretend I'm who you're calling.
No, that's okay. No problem, Elise. We're still friends, I promise. Okay, so am I just pretending that I'm calling you, Melissa? Is this how we're doing this?
Sure.
Okay. So, hi, Melissa. How are you doing?
Hey, Lindsay. I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I am so excited. I know before we had talked about Radiantly You, and I think I've told you a little bit about it, but what's something I'm really, really excited about is I'm having this event, this Radiantly You business presentation at my house, and I was really hoping if you would be able to make it. Now, Radiantly You is just such an amazing company, but what I've really loved is the opportunity that I've had to make some changes in my life and my family because of these products, because of finding natural alternatives to some of the things that weren't working for us. And I know that's something that you may be interested in, and I think you would just love the opportunity to learn a little bit more about it. Now, I know I've talked to you about my business and growing this and really working hard, and it would mean a lot to me if you would be able to come. We'll say it's tomorrow, it's at 7 o'clock, and it's at my house. Would you be able to make it as a favor for me?
I totally will come for you. That's awesome, Lindsay, and I know you've been so passionate about it. I would love to come.
Oh, Melissa, that means so much to me. Now, as much as I love the business side and the company, having you there's support for me is just so meaningful, and I know that I will be able to meet my goals with your support, and I hope that I can help you do the same.
Oh, awesome. I can't wait to see you. Thanks so much for inviting me. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, sounds great. See you then.
Awesome. I love that, and I love that you made it the favor. So since you're Miss Psychologist, and I love that because I have a background in psychology and then a master's in counseling. So talk to me about why that works, Lindsay, because I know that you know why asking that favor. I'm assuming you didn't necessarily add that part the first time. Now, I'm just assuming. I haven't been working with you like Nick has, so I don't know. But is that true that you weren't necessarily making it about you in the beginning?
I wasn't, and that's really that's where Nick really pinpointed it for me. I was making it about the company and how great the company is, and it is. I mean, we wouldn't be here if Radiantly wasn't awesome. But I was making it more cold in that sense. So Nick really pointed out to me to make it about me, make it about them, and then also to kind of say how not only how meaningful it is that I have their support, that I'm also there to help them. It's not just I'm here to sell you something and I want you to have it because I want to make money off of it. It's really, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't care about the people that I was talking with about. And although that's true, I wasn't saying those things. So that, I think, has been such a helpful change in my perspective.
Does it feel like it's been a more authentic invitation and that it's been easier for you this round versus the last time?
Oh, my gosh, absolutely. And even one of the things that I was nervous about was calling people that I hadn't called in a long time. And I just was like, I think it's just not, I don't think it's going to sound awkward. Like, I don't think it's going to sound good.
Sure.
And he said it might not. He's like, but tell them that. Say, I was a little nervous calling you because we haven't talked in a while, but I'm so excited about this, and I really just wanted to talk to you about it anyways. And I actually said
Yeah.
that to a couple of people, high school friends that I haven't talked to in years, and they were like, oh, I appreciate you saying that. And they were so receptive. And I actually have 3 people that I haven't talked to since high school that are coming tomorrow. So I am so excited.
That's so cool. Oh, that's going to be so awesome. I did, and I actually called some of my friends because I was in my hometown. It was before the baby came, and I had my own little RYBP. That's actually when I got to meet Tracy Maxwell, who's one of our killer IWGs now. She was actually at my RYBP, and I remember calling a girl that was from my Girl Scout troop. That's how long ago it has been, and it was so weird, right? But she came, and it's like rekindled this awesome new friendship, if nothing else. You know, it's just so cool to be able to almost use that as an excuse to step outside that comfort zone and build relationships again. I think it's awesome. I'm so happy for you, and thank you so much for sharing and kind of doing a little bit of role playing, and I kind of put you on the spot, but thanks for being such a good sport about it.
Oh, no, that's fine. No, I'm so glad to help. I feel like it's not hard things, but it's been so helpful to really hone those things. I'm so happy to share it with others.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lindsay. And guys, this does tie in so much to what I want to talk to you about the training. So I'll probably just go into a little bit about the training, and then I'll do some of the fun announcements. But I wanted to talk tonight about persistence because we all face that fear. I even have that fear at time to time, believe it or not. And you would think that I would probably be, the best at this all the time and totally, immune to any of those feelings, but that's not true. I get that same exact way. When I contacted that girl from my Girl Scout troop, I felt that same thing. And I still feel that same thing when I'm talking to cold people, and that's another, like a warm market versus your cold market. When I'm out there sometimes, you never know what people's reaction are going to be. And I have a great example of that. Recently, I was talking to someone who was sent to me just more of a networking type of thing, honestly. Someone who knew this person who used to own organic stores and was a yogi and whatever, and they wanted to introduce me. And this woman literally responded to me saying, I don't want anything about Radiantly You, and I don't want to know anything about network marketing. That was like one of her first things that she said to me. Now, realize people come with their own baggage, because I literally immediately backed off and was just like, oh, well, my friend just wanted us to connect and network. I love that you started these organic stores back in the 70s, 1970s, when no one really knew that it was cool. It wasn't cool at all to be organic. You were just purely a hippie at that point if you lived this kind of lifestyle. And I just kind of wanted to get to know you and pick your brain. And she immediately said, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were trying to, to prospect me or something, or I wasn't sure why we were being connected by our acquaintance. And she said, I've had a really bad experience with other companies in the past, so I apologize. I totally just unleashed that on you, and I didn't mean to at all. Now, that is just an awesome example of something that played out perfectly, because she admitted that it was just her own hang up, right? It had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with my call, my reaching out. It had nothing to do with the words that I said. Nothing at all. It could have been an invitation. It could have been anything. And her reaction was already pegged that this is how I was going to respond and how she chose to respond. And I want you to realize, and I want you to feel really validated in the fact that we are not that kind of company, right? People have had bad experiences with other companies in the past. Unfortunately, network marketing still has this yucky stigma about it at times. I find that sometimes that happens more, I don't know if it happens more or less, or if it's age specific or not, but there are people who definitely have those feelings. And I almost want to take the opportunity to challenge you to really take the perspective of changing their perception of our industry by being different, because that is not what I created Radiantly You for. That is not what all of us together have built this opportunity to be about. We know the potential of what this is. We know what this opportunity brings, and we know the mission that we are all working so passionately for. And it's our job to kind of be that walking billboard, if you will, and that change for their perception. Now, I'm not saying to try to combat it and get into fights with people and care about what trolls say on your post on Instagram or whatever. Like, who cares, right? There's going to be people like that. But then there's genuine people like this woman that I spoke with who really just didn't have a good perception, and it's not her fault. Someone gave her that poor perception. And I think that how we handle ourselves and how we really project that we are all about empowering and educating and social selling. And we want this to be about sharing. And we're not trying to stuff anything down your throat. We don't care if you join or not. We have this amazing opportunity, though, that we just have to share with you because we are so dang passionate about it. And that this is what we are about and this is what we stand in, because by creating this and building this, every single person that we enroll into our vision of what we're trying to accomplish brings all of us one step further to having a cleaner earth, brings us one step further to one more healthier home in our town or our city, right? Brings us one step further to offer to someone a solution to a problem they may have had forever, whether it's, poor skin or, all of the amazing success stories that you've heard, not having to have an asthma attack while cleaning your bathtub, right? Like, we can gift people so many different things. So I just want to kind of give you that perspective shift, because perspective is truly everything. And sometimes it takes a shift to step out of that, because you can sometimes go into the business, especially when you're trying to reach out and maybe you're just starting and making your list, and looking at that list is so stinking daunting, right? It's like this list of 100 and 200 people that you have no idea what their response is going to be. And that's a perspective, but you can instantly shift that perspective and really do that in your mind and say, this is a list of 200 people that I can serve, or this is a list of 200 people who I can empower and enroll a little bit in the vision that I'm trying to create. And it can be the vision of a healthier world, or it can be the vision of that you're not going to live paycheck to paycheck anymore. And that's a pretty good stinking vision if you ask me. And that you're tired of the grind and you're ready for a better opportunity, and you're going to bust your butt to step out and break out and create the life that you know that you deserve to live. And that right there is the best enrollment possible, I think. So that could be a list of 200 people who you can gift that opportunity to. And you're willing to do that with them, and you're going to invest in their success story, because that's also a perspective change. And I want to give that last perspective change to everyone, to realize that with this business, it's not just about you. And I know that everyone on this call is a helper, is selfless, does want to help other people. I know that about you because you're a part of Radiantly You. So to me, that's a given. You're looking to help other people. So how can you do that? And that little shift that you can make to be of service and to offer them something and to really be invested in their success, to create a success story in your business, to have someone that you can point to and say, look what she did, look what he did, look what they've been able to do as a result of this company and my help and this business. That right there is what this is about. It's not about the product. As great as our products are, that's really not what it's about. This embodies so much more than that. And I hope that you can have that little shift in your mind and realize that that is so, so true. And I want to talk lastly about persistence, because again, Lindsay gave us like the best example about that. And I think that when we face those responses that we didn't expect, when that lady said to me, I'm not interested in Radiantly You products and I'm not interested in network marketing, right? Like when we get that, persistence is being okay with that and continuing on, not stopping, because too many people get paralyzed in that fear and stop. And persistence really is putting aside that disappointment, shifting what you are doing, growing, changing whatever you need to, and just keep on going on your path. And one thing I have to say, and it's been coming up time and time again, and with every amazing mentor and person that I have, helping me grow and just being a part of my vision, I want you to know that too many successful people, and I'm talking like I have a mentor, my biggest mentor, which I'm happy to talk about all the time because he is amazing, Greg Provenzano. He's the founder of ACN, a $770 million company a year, right? Like this man kind of knows his stuff. He's on his way to being a billionaire. He and this is just one example, he has continually said to me that you're on the right path, you just can't give up. Because persistence is just continuing to do it. And there is no good idea, no business that ever fails by someone persisting. It just doesn't happen. Ultimately, they always give up. A store closes. The owner gave up. They just didn't want to fight it anymore. Sales were down. They didn't want to struggle. Perhaps they literally were almost bankrupt. I mean, there's success stories of people being bankrupt and building it again. So it's really just about never stopping. And if you can commit to the dream, to your vision, to what you're trying to do for yourself, whether it's to be able to retire at a certain age or not live paycheck to paycheck anymore, be completely debt-free, or be able to travel and go wherever you want to on a whim. Whatever that vision is, the reason why, that deep down hope that got you to this opportunity, if you keep that in your mind and just refuse to let anything stop you until you get there, you're going to get there. And the harder you think about that and the faster and the more work you're willing to do in the upfront, the sooner that will become a reality. And I can guarantee you that if you never stop and you remain persistent, you will have that success. And that's something that I truly believe, and that's something that keeps me going on the days that perhaps I'm not really feeling it or I'm not wanting to do it. Today is a great example. I just sat at my grandmother's, wake, calling hours with all of my family. Instead, I'm here right now, committed to this, because I know that this is so important to that vision. This is something that my grandmother would have wanted me to do, because she taught me this. She taught me how to roll with the punches, how to keep going, and that everything is going to be all right. And I think that is just something that each and every one of you can truly have everything that you want if you just don't let anything get in your way, and don't let any crappy RYBP success, stop you, just like Lindsay did. And so what? Only 3 people signed up or came, to her RYBP. She's got over 20 yeses now for tomorrow night, and a list of 20 that want to come the next time already that she can reach out to. So, that's just amazing. And that's just the beginning of that snowball effect for her and her business, because as soon as she has her first new person join right in Pittsburgh, you can bet Lindsay's going to be helping them do their RYBP2, and her team's going to grow another level deep and then another level deep. So this is how Lindsay is being persistent and continuing to build to give herself that residual income that she deserves and that her family deserves, and that's going to open up the doors for the life that Lindsay wants to provide to her family. So I just want to give you guys that perception, because Lindsay is right. It's all about how you look at things, and it's so crucial that you just don't give up. You just can't give up. We all get things thrown in our way. We all have the hurdles, the obstacles, and sometimes it's like overload of obstacles, right? But I promise you, if you don't give up, if you just keep going, you will get there. And the harder you work, the faster you're going to get there. And that's the end of that rant. So now let's talk about some of the fun things, and then I'm going to head back upstairs and eat lots of junk food, because we have so much amazing food upstairs. I am so excited to talk about our event, which is happening September 18th and 19th in Buffalo, New York. It is going to be so amazing. I'm so excited. A day and a half of trainings and just fellowship and meeting people and connecting and growing our businesses and new product launches and so many new exciting things, and a fabulous training from Executive Maggie McCracken will happen, as well as that September 18th, that Friday night, is going to be a VIP gathering, which I'm really excited. We'll be announcing what you can do to earn being in that room, and it's going to be a smaller number of people, and it's going to have, Nick and I there, and we're going to spend some really intimate time talking, building, training, and it's just going to be absolutely fabulous. Little cocktail hour there, September 18th, and then 19th, all day we're going to start it off and kick it off really strong with amazing trainings. September 18th is also going to be an RYBP for anyone who wants to bring someone, and if they sign up, they can come to the event. Events are just an amazing way to propel yourself into the busy season. We all know the fall is our busy season of people joining, customers, holidays, all of that. So it's really when business booms. And I think it's awesome and just an amazing start to that by having this amazing, launch event, if you will. I know it's not the launch, but it seems like it because there's going to be so many awesome things happening that day. So make sure you register. We have registration available in your back office in your shopping cart. It's only available to independent guys. We have the early bird price up right now of $149. That pays for your food all day, everything. We're having it at Salvatore's, which is an amazing 3-star diamond restaurant. It's going to be delicious food all day long and just great trainings. And like I said, just amazing value there. So make sure that you get yourself a seat as soon as you can. Also, I wanted to talk quickly and to invite everyone. I'm going to be doing an event at the Courtyard Marriott in Buffalo, July 29th at 6:30. This is going to be an RYBP. We're really seeing growth and spending a lot of time building pockets of teams and starting to do local building, which we're going to start training on more and more. So that will be the beginning of a 3-part series of me doing events in Buffalo. If you're in the area or know anyone in Western New York at all on your list, you need to be calling them and inviting them. We'll have Christian put up some information on the events tab of the website soon. There is an Eventbrite, though, that you can search for. If you want to search Radiantly You and Eventbrite, you'll find registration. Tickets are free, absolutely no cost whatsoever to that RYBP event on the 29th of July. And then lastly, I want to talk about the Radiant Launch Summer Pack, which we really did. I wanted something that I could do to not only make your paychecks and your commission checks way bigger for the back-to-school season when you're buying kids' clothes and this, that, and the other things, right? More money in your pocket for the fall start, but also to encourage building the foundation because, like I said, summer is the season of work. And if you lay the foundations, reap the, plant your seeds, tend your business, tend your garden, you will have an amazing fall. And if you do some work now to lay that foundation for when the momentum really picks up, kids go back to school, moms are ready to join, people are ready to commit, they're in more of a schedule. If you do the work now to start building your team and laying your foundation, I can guarantee you will see much larger success in your fall. So I created this Radiant Launch Summer Pack to do just that. Not only is it great products, we gave you a lot of the best sellers in that pack. We gave you an awesome discount. It's more than your wholesale. So you're making more upfront retail right away, more than 35% discount off of it. So more money in your pockets when you sell all of that product. Or you can stock up. You don't have to sell it, but you might be stocking up for your school year and what you need. But it also is restarting your Radiant Launch bonus for the next 60 days. So to lead you up to the event, which we are having, you have the opportunity, whether you bought the big kit or not, to be a Radiant Launch IWG for those 60 days. So that allows you to earn the full bonus as if you bought that large kit up to 3 times. So that's up to $1,200 plus that you have the ability to hit in the next 60 days by purchasing this kit, getting great products, sell the kit. It's a win-win situation across the board. So I really want to encourage you to be persistent about your business, to consider what you're willing to do now, even though it's summer and it's nice out and you want to go to, travel, you want to go to the zoo, you want to have fires, hiking. I know that we want to do all of those things, but we need to also be concentrating on what's going to get us way ahead in the future. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to see there is still some left. We only had 20 available, and we've had a lot of you actually take advantage of that, but there are still some left. So please make sure that if that's something that you wanted to do, that you go ahead and take advantage of that because it's only going to be available, I think, until the end of the week. You can check in with Christian if you want to submit a ticket just to confirm, but I'm pretty sure we're taking that down on Sunday so that the 60 days can start leading up to the event. So really, really excited about that. Make sure you share that with your teams as well. So that's really it. I appreciate you guys so much. I said it was going to be a shorter training, and here I am taking the full half an hour. Lindsay, thank you so much for sharing with us. I know everyone's comments were just amazing and really enjoying what you shared and loving your tips. And thank you for, going out on the limb and sharing with us your invitation. We really appreciate that. So everyone have a fabulous, fabulous evening. I am going to be out of commission tomorrow, but if you do need anything from me, I'll be back at it on Friday. So feel free to send me an email if you have any questions, need any help on any support. As Lindsay said, it is amazing the amount of training and support we want to give you. So please use it. We're like awesome, free training and support, and someone who will literally hold your hand and help you do it. So take advantage of it, because we're definitely here and we're offering. Have a great night, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.